Hello there, this is Paul from Slick Plus. So, just taking the opportunity to walk you through a short demonstration of the platform and how it might look like in your environment. Needless to say, much of it can be tailored according to your strategic areas of action, according to your preferred branding, and of course, the user community itself. So, if I just start up here, the Slick logo itself, that can be white labeled. You could, for instance, call it, Knowledge Hub or whatever name you might want to give it. Next to that is the search bar. So, this is really important in terms of one of the key frustrations that we have found in our research is colleagues' frustration in trying to find collateral that they need to get the job done in the flow of work. So we've put a real premium on findability and search. So you can search by topic, for instance. You can search by user. You can search by department, tags, all sorts of different ways for searching. Across the top here, these are what would be your colleagues. So real people creating real content and knowledge sharing across the platform. Again, in terms of findability, you can click on your colleagues here and you can find the different types of content that they have also created. So another way of finding content specific to your interests. Here on the left-hand side, is a standard part, which is the library of Slicks, that's short format videos, the playlists. So this is a pretty unique in the workplace that you can create your own playlists based on your preferred content or what you need to reference in the flow of work. And of course, as a manager, for instance, you can create the definitive playlist for your department, whether it's marketing, finance, logistics, whatever it might be. This section is requested Slicks. I'll come back to that in a moment. Groups allows you to create groups. It could be by location, by team, just by your internal network, so that you can share Slicks with them much more easily and engage with those groups much more easily. And support. Every platform comes with a ready preloaded academy of how to do videos, how to guides, so that you can become a super user up and running very quickly. And this is constantly being updated and improved. Down here in the middle is the central feed. So this will be all the latest Slicks that have been created by your colleagues. So they'll create, that you can brand them yourself according to your own corporate branding. It'll have the title, it'll have the description. If a link has been included, that will be here. That could be a link to an external site, or it could be to an internal share drive where you have a policy or an SOP that you want people to dive deeper into. You can like everything. You can comment, loved the video on marketing. Thanks at Linda, and then Linda will get notified about that. And this is just a way to help colleagues engage more with the content and with each other, of course. Same with the community up here, as we call it. It's a community of colleagues, a community of employees, to foster those connections across time zones, across locations, colleagues that are working hybrid and remote or in the office, so that they have a much keener sense of collegiality and proximity to each other. Up here is request a Slicks. This is a very important feature that came back from lots of our trials and research, so that basically your own colleagues will identify gaps in your knowledge bank in your organization. They will tag a colleague to fill that gap, essentially, because they know that they're the substance matter expert. So for instance, I can go at Linda, please create a Slick on the SIS B Corps certification and why it's important for our marketing, right? So I send that, and then Linda in her personalized feed will get notified up here on all the different engagements that have been requested of her, or people who have engaged with her content. And again, that allows for people to be much more just more organically connected and collaborating together. So this particular feature, very important for identifying those knowledge gaps and filling those knowledge gaps organically across the organization through collaboration and connection. Up here on the right hand side is the user profile. Here you can do all the usual things. You can also click through to the admin section. I won't go into that for this particular demo. Back over here is what we call topics. So this is important because this can be tailored to your own organization. So for instance, you could have in there, CSR policy, diversity, logistics, ESG, our global team, whatever you might want in there that are sort of key strategic pillars for you, key areas of action. This also allows people to search as well. So a third way of filtering and being able to search for content and knowledge of interest to you that you can quickly access and curate. Now this area will become important when we start to create a Slick. So let's jump right in and do that right now. So there is, of course, at the heart of Slick, a video creation tool, which is unique to the platform. We've made it as intuitive and as easy to use as possible. So it'll automatically identify the best audio device for you. It'll automatically identify your video. Hello there. And in here, this is an optional section, but you may want it. For instance, if you're presenting a policy on your B Corps certification, for instance, something that you can't really ad lib, that you might want some talking points for. You can put those in here. You can upload a script. You can even review it with AI. I've taken the liberty of cutting and pasting, or of cutting from the website some content on the B Corps certification and status. So I'm just putting that in there just for demonstration purposes. You can test that teleprompter in terms of the size of the font, in terms of the best contrast for you, and also the pace of it. And as I said, you could also review it. For instance, you could put in there a whole body of text and ask it to create a 2-minute or 3-minute teleprompter text for you, so that you can do a piece to camera for your colleagues, and that's works very efficiently. So here is basically your final step before recording. You just get some reminders, particularly if you're on a low spec device, and also to shut down all the different apps that you might have open, so that you have all the bandwidth you might need. So here I am. Just a quick reminder before I click start recording. Here you can change based on the type of device you have. If you've got a low spec device, for instance, we can adapt to that. Here you can also share your screen, share a deck, a PDF, the entire screen, whatever you might want. And here you even have a last minute option to change the camera and audio if you prefer. So I will click record. You'll see there's a 3-second countdown, and the teleprompter script that I couldn't paste will be in there, and I'll do just a short reading of it. Our B Corps certification took a total of 2 years to obtain. The rigorous assessment process involves completing over 300 B impact questions on 5 areas of the business: workers, governance, environment, customers, and the community. So I'll stop there. As I said, it's just for the demo. And obviously in the final version, nobody's going to see that text. It's just for you, for the creator. So I'll stop the recording there. So before we go on to finalize it, you're given the option to record again. You can snip it, top and tail it, remake it, but we'll just keep going because that's perfect. And in here, if you have a thumbnail gallery, some of your own branding, you can upload those images from here, which many people would choose to do. For our purposes, I'll just choose a video frame. So let me just choose the first one there. It's the easiest to do. And I can also edit that later. So I'll just put SIS Slick Plus Walkthrough as the title. I'll select my tags. These are basically linked to your strategic goals and all of that. We can discuss that in more details again. I'll put introduction. We'll keep it public. We'll put the topic down as driving innovation. So this video then will be contributing to the driving innovation strategic goal for the organization. As a description, a quick walkthrough of the Slick Plus platform for SIS Pitches team. Now, if that was related to a request that somebody had sent in, I can tag that in here. So I'll just tag that again. It's more data being gathered, and you can put in an internal or an external link there for people to dive deeper. And then I post it. And when I post it, I mean, it's essentially instant. Unlike other platforms where you have to download and wait and maybe email the link, you'll see here it's already published and it'll already be on my Slicks. So SIS Slick Plus Walkthrough is here. So this egg timer here just shows that it's still processing. So now it's processed. So I can set that to private. So for instance, I can set that to private. I come back here. It's not in the main library. So I come back, I'll set it to public because everybody thinks it's great, and I'll put it back. And here we are. So here's the video I have made earlier. You'll get just a little walkthrough. Our B Corps certification took a total of 2 years to obtain. The rigorous assessment process involves completing. You can see it works very well, the video, the audio, everything. We have our title and our description. We'll have our link here. You can like it, you can comment on it, and you can add it to a playlist. So let's add it to a playlist for sustainability, for instance. So you get the green tick down there. It's already being added to the playlist. I come back in here. I have a sustainability playlist with 3 videos in it. And the one that I've just made is there. So this allows, again, to, I could share this sustainability video or playlist, for instance, with new colleagues that are coming on board. Maybe there's a workshop on sustainability next week, and we get all the latest thinking on that. And there is the video there. So that's essentially it. That's now in the community of videos. Very easy to do. And of course, over time, this will have a big impact in terms of breaking down silos, getting everybody aligned, saving a lot of time when it comes to onboarding, eliminating the need for duplication of effort, all sorts of cost saving, time saving, and positive cultural impact in terms of fostering those human connections across the global workplace, which is so important. So thank you for listening, and I hope it's useful. Any questions, please drop me a line, paul@slick.plus. Thank you very much.